This is future Hannah. I haven't vlogged very much, as I explained last week. It's just been a little bit of a down month and my mental health has been struggling, and also with a lot of the events I didn't know many people there, so I didn't feel comfortable getting out the camera very much, and especially not speaking to it. So the first few clips are from my cousin's wedding. She's technically my second cousin, but we grew up together, and so I treat her as a cousin. And then I looked after my nephew for a few hours for a little baby play date. Then the next day I went to one of my childhood best friends' wedding. It was a 3-hour drive there, a 3-hour drive back, and it was very different to the types of weddings I'm used to. But I've shared all about that in the vlog, in the blog post, link to this vlog. So if you want to read more about that, go check that out. And then in between that, I've been working and doing my dissertation. So enjoy. Go on, thank you. We have been in work this morning and it is now almost 1 o'clock, and I am looking after my nephew for just a couple of hours while my cousin has her nails done. It is a beautiful day today. Finally feels like summer, and it is 26 degrees. So we're heading outside. I'm going to take off my garden furniture for the first time this year. And we've made a little picnic. It's currently in the shade on the patio, but then afterwards we will put some sun cream on. So this is currently the back of my house, and I usually come out of this gate here. Let go! Yeah. Come out of this gate here, but I can't because of all that, so that needs cutting down soon. We've just come on a little walk to the park behind my house. And he doesn't want to let go of my hand, which is like the cutest thing ever. Good job. We're going this way now. I'm gonna get ya. day here in England, in Nottingham now. It is 22 degrees at the moment, but when I got in the car it was 26. So it's very hot. I'm in another summer dress, which I love, and I'm just dog sitting this afternoon. Say hello. He's not done any accidents inside. I've had a good look around. I've just cleaned and wiped down the outside table, and I'm going to do some work. I printed off my dissertation, and I'm going to do almost a final read through. It's below the word count, every chapter is done, and yeah, just making some last adjustments. So I did a one-off night shift last night. In fact, it was a shift swap because I really wanted to have a different day off. Hasn't ended up working out, but I ended up doing last night anyway. The oddest shift ever. I was moved and there was 10 patients with 3 midwives, 1 support worker, 1 transitional care worker, and I had 3 patients all night, no admissions. It was just really odd. I ended up doing some of my master's work, which I'll get into in a second, and then doing some shared governance work and just chilling. It was so odd. But I haven't spoken about my master's for a while. I felt really good for a brief moment. And then I asked one of the module leads for a little bit of feedback on chapter 4. Because basically there's some examples on the website, but 6 of them are quantitative, which is like numerical data, and 1 of them is qualitative. And of course mine's qualitative, and I didn't think the example available was very good, and I also didn't think it was particularly fair that there were so many examples of one type and not the other. So I reached out and said, are there any other examples that I can have a quick look through, especially of chapter 4? He said, no, because it's so subjective, but I'll have a read through if you would like. So I sent over 2 of the sections for chapter 4. There's 5 themes, and I sent over 2 of them, asking for some feedback. Then sent the rest of the project for some context, just in case he needed it. And he ended up giving me feedback on the first 3 chapters nearly, the first 56 pages, and not of chapter 4, and was really negative and yeah, put a real downer on things. And I was really struggling because my supervisor, who's going to mark my work, had already looked at chapter 1 and 2, and I'd already made the changes she'd suggested, and she'd given me quite positive feedback. So I just felt really down and deflated. I ended up emailing her and saying, hey, not sure if you've had a chance to read the emails from this person. What's your advice? I've not got that long left, and I'm going on annual leave for a week, and I need it for my own mental health, as well as having like lots of family events. So this was like a few weeks ago now. So I had the Great Yorkshire Show for 4 days. Then I had my cousin's wedding, and then I had another 2 weddings, a hen party, and loads of other bits going on. And as you saw last week, I was really struggling. So at this point I was really, really struggling, and I said, I just can't do it. And she basically didn't get back to me. Well, she got back to me last night, just as I started my shift. So had some positive feedback, basically said that she was happy with chapter 1 and 2. So to take the comments previously with a grain of salt in nice terms. And then she gave me some feedback for chapter 5, which there was one section of chapter 5 that I asked for feedback on about a month ago. She apologised for it being late, and so I'm going to work on those this week. But my other friend also offered to read through the whole project, basically more from a grammar perspective, and she sent comments for the last chapter 3. So I managed to go through all her comments and change those parts, which were really useful. And then I've got to go through my supervisor's comments for the discussion part of chapter 5. Other than that, it is pretty much done. I'm like 60 words below the word count, and then I've got to play around with the discussion. So hopefully it'll be good. Just for these last few days to go, I think I'm probably not going to do any today. And then I've got tomorrow, I've got Friday, I've got Sunday, and then I've got Monday, and then it's submitted on Tuesday. So I've got like 3 days, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's kind of an update, a long update, so I apologise, but the update nonetheless. I have done absolutely nothing today. I got up, washed my hair, showered, put some makeup on, went for a walk and thought I'll be really productive and I'll do some uni work. And then I've just woken up from a 4-hour nap. So that's not going to happen. I need to go through my freezer and find something to eat and then hopefully get an early night ready for tomorrow. But we'll see if that works. Supposed to have a window cleaner come today, but he hadn't arrived by the time I left and he's still not been now that I've come back. I've dropped him a couple of messages, so not sure what's happening there. But I've just got back from Nottingham city centre. I went out for late lunch, early tea and then to the theatre. I was planning on getting Pizza Hut and I was really excited because I haven't been for a while and I had a couple of hours, so I just wanted to have like a nice chilled meal with the garlic bread, the salad bar, the pizza and then the cookie dough. So I was really excited. And then I went to where I thought it was and I couldn't find it. So I looked around and walked around for like 10-15 minutes. Ended up putting it in on Google Maps. And then it took me to somewhere else. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm just remembering where it was wrong. So I followed Google Maps and when I got there, it was a delivery only. So they must have closed the restaurant. I mean, I haven't been since I was maybe a first or second year student. So it's been probably 5-6 years. But yeah, I was really disappointed. So I ended up, by the time I'd done all that, because it was ages away, I only had an hour left. So I ended up going to Nando's because I knew it would be quite quick and getting a starter, getting like a main course, but it comes with a starter. And then I did try their dessert, but it was not very nice, so I would not recommend the fudge cake. I would definitely go for the other option next time. But Nando's is nice and quick, so that was easy. And then I went to watch Madagascar the musical at the theatre and it was really good, really fun, but it was definitely better suited for children. There was a lot of children there, a lot of crying babies, and when the interval came I was really shocked because it had only been like half an hour. So I looked and it had been 38 minutes for the first act, and then had a 20-minute interval and then 45-ish minutes for the second act. So yeah, not quite what I was expecting. It was still really good, but obviously it missed some parts from the film and the songs were quite repetitive, but it was actually really enjoyable, really fun, and the characters like made it more fun because they had the biggest smiles. So yeah, I am going to get into my pajamas. It's an absolutely beautiful day outside. I was going to wear a dress because it wasn't supposed to be hot today. It was only supposed to be 18 degrees, which is quite hot, but compared to what we've been having. And then when I woke up, it was drizzly and cloudy, and I thought I'm not going to show my legs and put a dress on for this. So I didn't. And then now it's 24 degrees, sun, blue skies, and I'm definitely regretting it. However, it is quite cold in the theatre, so I wore leggings instead, which is always comfy. Anyway, I'm going to get into my pyjamas and then I'm going to do some dissertation work, which I will talk about shortly. I am now all ready for bed and I should do some uni work, but I'm not sure I have the energy, so I think I'm going to edit this vlog instead. But we'll see how I feel after I've done that. I would like to watch some TV, a nice film maybe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I will speak to you next time.